Don't Flop podcast. Right now we're here talking about Scoop versus Ark.
Clap up, man.
Picked up the win for the Knights.
Thank you, man.
How you feeling?
I feel alright, man. I feel energy was off in that battle. Partly, I feel like obviously the battle was what it was, but if we had gone on a bit later, probably a bit better. People were still arriving to the venue, like.
Yeah, no, there wasn't that many people there at the beginning. So, like, I was there watching it, and I feel like the battle would have been better if there was more people. I feel like that affected Ark a lot. I felt like you was very composed, but I felt like the lack of crowd might have affected Ark's performance.
Yeah, I feel so.
Yeah, I'd agree with it.
I'm ready to go regardless, like, especially my style of rap.
Yeah,
You just lay it, just bang, bang, bang anyway.
Yeah,
so
same,
yeah, so it's just like I just rap, so it is what it is. But no, man, I enjoyed the battle.
But
No.
do you feel like what would have been different about it if it started later in the day?
Do you know what it is? I feed off energy. I love crowds. I can't lie. I love crowds.
As you
I
should,
lo-
bro.
I
As
love
you
it.
should.
Like, I love it. I turn up more the more like there's more people there are. I will turn up more. I will feel like I have to turn up more. This one, like, I looked around and I was like, I'm just gonna rap.
What did you think of his material?
I liked. There's certain pieces I did like. There's certain pieces I did like in the second round, especially.
Which was the you've been working on the tubes.
Yeah.
Now you'll be eating through them.
Well, yeah, I love that.
That was
shit.
probably one of the only ones that got a reaction out of me. Like that definitely got a laugh. for
Yeah.
sure.
I liked his what's a pagan to the you said
To the
what's
Antichrist.
That was fire. That was fire. I like
Yeah.
that. That was a good flip of your bar.
Yeah.
Do you think if you give him any rounds, which rounds would you give him?
Second, if anything.
Second?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might have got the second.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. I think if I was scoring it, I think Scoop took it 2-1 without taking the second. But and now Ark obviously had a couple stumbles. I think he stumbled in his first and he called his third short. However,
Has he stumbled a lot in general?
No.
not like
I
that.
don't think he has.
No,
But
I don't like him at all.
I think Scoop also. Obviously, you never know what would have happened, but I think Scoop's material in those rounds, Scoop's material throughout was really strong, and I don't think it would have gone that differently if Ark could come with his material, man. Like, Ark has a style where he builds, like, Scoop and Ark have very different styles, and I just feel like Scoop's is more compatible to work in a room like that.
I think Scoop's style works more. You can put Scoop anywhere, and the same thing will happen. Like if you put Scoop in a small room, if you put Scoop in front of 5 people or 1,000 with the same bars, the same thing will happen.
Yeah.
Like
I prefer most battlers in small rooms. I really do. I prefer all of you. I prefer watching the battles.
Yeah,
in
but
small rooms.
Scoop,
Like,
Scoop
genuinely.
Scoop's been rapping the same way since he started, and he started.
And you
rap-
started in the deepest of
And he
deepest.
started on Battle of the Brain with Charlie Clips.
The
and,
deepest,
Yeah,
like.
in front of 1,000 people.
And yeah,
It's
I
5, 6,
remember literally
7
being
out.
like, "That's the geezer that I got shown a video of." Like, what? Like, how
So-
random is that? Like,
And his style isn't anything different now. So I get what you're saying. I think Ark does. I think he needed more of the crowd to sort of, or there was just maybe there's times where there was the spaces in from the punchline to the next.
Yeah.
line
He
where
was
it
slept
getting
on the
thrown off.
segments because there was a part where I tapped him and I was like, that was fire.
But I think you were both set.
you always show love, man. Like, you're not like.
I'm not a hater, bro. If you say something that's cold, I will tell you in the middle of the round that is fire. Like, I just battle rap's not that deep to me, bro.
No, it's
like,
not.
if it's cold, I'm gonna enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
one of them ones. But I'm not a hater, man. I don't give a damn.
So what was the one? What was the or like top like 3 that you were like, yeah.
The Antichrist thing, fire. There was a labyrinth bar.
I feel like that was the exact voice you said.
Yeah,
That's exactly what you said.
The
like.
Pan's Labyrinth
Pan's
line was
Labyrinth
cold.
line. That
Yeah.
Actually,
they
I
slept
can't
on
lie.
that. Yeah, they
The
slept
Pan's
on that.
Labyrinth line here was nice.
Yeah, they slept on that, and I was like, yo, he's fire. No, you know what it is? I hate people that use fat jokes because I think they're just generic, but he actually said something that I'd be cracking up, man. Man said you get tired following people on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
that
That is funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
That was round 1, I think, when it
Yeah.
had some slip ups,
Yeah.
and it went into round 1, and it went into the rest of the round, and it was like, okay, you kind of pulled it back.
Yeah.
I think he would have been. I think he would have been fine if you just like, maybe just like increase the pace of the whole thing, probably because you're in a small room, so it's not like you're on a big stage. You know, when you're on a big stage, you get that time. It's the opposite. When you're on a big stage, you need to kind of slow down your bars a touch. But when I think you're in a pit, you can actually speed them up a bit so it sounds more rapid, and if there's any
That's so
gaps, you
true.
just go through them. Because a bar, like even Kojay did it, was in the beginning of his round. He said something. He was like, "Oh, it's rap the way you earned them" or something. But he kept going, so it seemed seamless. But if he stopped there, expecting like a reaction, and waited, and then Haftar kept going, it would have looked more awkward. But he rapped it.
Yeah.
If you rap your bars all the way through, like you're not gonna get reaction. We always say this. It's way better. Like always rap like you're not gonna get reaction, and then it will sound like a verse instead
Right.
of. And you won't get thrown off. If you're waiting for reactions, you'll get thrown off.
Yeah,
So I think that was just it. I think it was just the spaces where
He didn't start strong. He started really weak, bro. Like whatever this thing about this whole scheme that led up to like it's a process of elimination. Now you're witness to elimination. It's like it didn't need that build up,
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
it was like, yeah, I get the bar. Like it's not like a shit bar or anything, but it's like
I like the
you're
bar,
not
but I
gripping
can't
me,
remember.
bro. You're not gripping me from the beginning. I want more. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there was no, I don't know, man. It didn't seem too.
I think it was the the energy in the room.
It
just-
didn't look right on camera. I didn't catch it on the day. It didn't look right on camera, man.
Yeah, I think
I
what
only
you-
seen it on the day.
It didn't look
get a
right,
chance to
man.
watch it, but-
like Ark's style and was kind of what you said, sort of prepared for a big stage, and I feel
Yeah,
like
I think
Stoops.
he's a big stage performer.
Yeah, and obviously like you're talking about how the long build up. Also, he's someone who sort of stacks a lot of rhymes and everything, and it was like Scoop's cadence was just like much more appealing. When Ark actually got going, he did have some good bars in the first, like something about the mob got the barrels in, like the prohibition.
Yeah, that was
Prohibition,
cold.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
cold.
Like
That was cold.
he did have some good bars, but his whole performance didn't quite connect.
I personally, I know this. Everyone else, I know you do Knights bars, people do Glory bars. I don't really fuck with any of the team bars. I'm gonna be honest. I get the writing. I understand the concept. I did react when Kojay said to you something about it'll be a long night.
That's a great bar.
Whatever.
That
Yeah,
was-
I
that was a
reacted.
good bar, that.
I'm gonna say I did, but that, you know what I said earlier about how I react to stuff. Then I'm like, oh, I actually
Turn a
fucking
night,
like that,
you'll
bro.
see a night shift into a.
It's just I don't know. For me
That was cold.
personally, we're already in something nerdy, yeah, which is self-admittedly nerdy. I think we need to steer away from doing things that make it more nerdy. That's how I feel. So like that's an example. Like, I reacted to that line. Like yeah, that's quite a good line actually. Yeah, but I'm like, I just don't need these bars about we're repping this team. I personally don't give a fuck about them. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like Shuffle's bar hit so hard when he said to Shotty like, I don't care about the teams because I'm not 5 or whatever. Like I was like,
I'm the opposite with that logic in a sense, because like, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it.
yeah, I bro, like,
If you're gonna do,
yeah.
it's like
if you're gonna take part in a team's
It's like
battle,
you saying,
do
it's like you saying
yeah,
you're pissed off when rappers used to be like, oh yeah, I don't even like this shit.
yeah.
It's like you're saying, like, you know what I mean? I get what you're saying,
But it's like you're doing a team tournament, so
So
let's
you gotta take
yeah,
it,
rep the team.
I think
I
after-
don't know what else would agree with me. It's just when I hear him, I'm like, like I am I'm hating. So I'm saying like it's like I don't know. I didn't expect to hear him do a team bar to you. That surprised me. As much as I got the wordplay, whatever.
Yeah, but
I was
Quill's the
like, but even Quill, like, even whenever Quill does anything team related, I'm like, chill, man. Like I don't.
Yeah,
need
but
the-
Quill's their manager. He's probably polluting all their.
Yeah.
in
Quill probably checked all his rights and was
Do
like,
it.
yeah, we have a 4-team
got a
bar
quota.
reference, but
You
yeah,
got a quota.
you haven't met the quota, but yeah. So I mean, what did you feel like you took every round, or he got one round?
I feel like you got one. If anyone I gave him was the second, but then when I watched it back and I analysed it and I spoke to people in a day, he said in his first round, you know, I only take battles when I feel there's something to say, and then I started my second round by saying
By
that.
saying you already take battles.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
was like,
you got something to say, and I was like,
yeah.
It was because for me, writing for Ark was weird because.
Yeah, you didn't want him. I'll be honest with that. Like you just took him because your team.
Do you know what it was? I didn't have a problem. I liked the name and I just said, alright, cool. But do you know what it is? Everyone knows my kind of style, and I'm very open to expanding my style. So I don't mind taking certain opponents that will make me do that. I'm not afraid. But it's just one of those ones where it's like, say as opposed to Frankie where I can just bar out. I don't have to worry, I can just bar out crazy. I know Ark is very direct and he's gonna come at me direct. So it's like I'm not even wasting no time with just generic bars that I think will hit because I'm trying to win points here. So I just thought, you know what, I gotta attack him. But I learned a lot doing it because I feel some of the stuff I said in the second was some of my favourite writing yet. But,
Bro, when you
Yeah,
said
man.
I find it suspect you
was
were never a person of interest, I was just like, Scoop, man. I was like, there's got to be a point you stop coming up with good bars because it does get annoying after a while.
Honestly,
There's a
man.
level I'm like, all right, Scoop, just fuck off now. I'm sick of this shit now. Like, because
You know,
Dude.
just like, 'cause it's so like interest and interest. It's like it's not even like you flip the wordplay. It's like the wordplay is just, it is what it is. But like you're just saying it. Like, why has no one ever said that? Like, I find it suspect you're not a person of interest. I was like,
He's got one bar, yeah, that I've been telling him to say. I'll tell you lot it all after this, yeah. That I've been telling him to say. He spat it to me about 7 years ago, but he still never put it in a battle.
But
You
I-
know which one I mean, bro.
and it would
Yeah,
bang.
I know
It would bang for anybody.
But
Yeah,
trust me,
anybody.
I got a bar. I'm waiting to.
anybody.
I might class Scoop one round just to hear it, bro. Like,
I swear to
I'll
God.
start doing the visual. What does it mean?
I'm so finished. What does it mean? Doesn't make any sense.
Oh man. But yeah, so like, even you think he even took round 2 when yourself like you went in? Like,
Yeah, if there was only round I'll give it, it's definitely round 2.
Okay.
Because third obviously cut short, and he was doing good in the third, but he
Yeah,
cut it
his third,
short.
I think his third was good. I think like that round could have been debatable if he like closed it out like it was a solid round from both of them. Like,
I know my first probably had some of my favorite lines I've written, even though it wasn't like my favorite battle in a sense. Like when I said the whole I'm still top drawer like cutlery. Yeah. Then I.
So
Crazy.
Scoop is a luxury.
Yeah, I
like,
said that's no, it's
silver
always a silver
spoon.
spoon because getting scoop is a luxury. I said
yeah.
That was awesome.
and then no,
Nuts,
thank you,
bro.
man.
Nuts.
You had a bar in the second that I got how do you have your catalogue but you've never done serial numbers?
Yeah, I was
Bro,
yeah,
you-
catalog, but never.
It's
did-
what I mean. I'm getting sick, bro. I might have to stop watching the Scoop battles, man, because it just annoys me, bro. I'm not leaving with the right feeling anymore, bro.
Done.
Like,
There was a bar I said to Jem, and I know it was gonna bang because he liked it. It was when I said, so let's put this into context. A penthouse versus an estate. I can't have an
inferior complex. and I think as much as that's a generic bar, I think it applies to Art because you just told him you're gonna battle it where you're just gonna try and mug me off.
Yeah.
You're gonna try and call me a cunt. You're gonna try and do this. So it's generic, but it actually really suits saying it to Art because it's
Yeah.
like you're not gonna make me feel like I've got an inferior complex,
Yeah.
even though I know this whole battle. You're just gonna basically
down to me.
talking down to me more than you are.
yeah.
I personally feel like he tries to talk down to battle rappers more than the average person in a battle. I'm not a fan of it. It is what it is. Some people fucking love it. I think some of your shit, your second round especially, when you were saying like you only want to battle me because you want to say some nasty shit. He's already admitted it himself, so it makes him look, you know what I mean. But he did, as I said, his very quotable line was a lot of tube stuff ending on like you'll be eating through them. Super simple, not overcomplicated. Anybody in the room can get it. Same shit I said 50,000 times. Like that one definitely. Would still probably say you took that round though because you just counteracted what he said by being like you just want to battle me. But here's my thing though, right? I feel like he didn't go in on you as much as I thought he was going
No,
to.
he
No, at all.
I'm gonna be
Not
honest,
at all.
because we were all in agreement in separate conversations pre-battle.
Me and
you know,
Scoop was.
I was about to say you and Jem, and then me with other people being like, the Ark only wants to battle Scoop just to be an absolute twat, right? Basically, and then you did call him out on it, but I kind of feel like he went light.
No, he went like.
He went light, bro.
Sean Cray said it to me. Sean Cray said
Like I was when he finished, I was like, nah, there's got to be. I'm watching it
Well,
early
not
today,
necessarily
but-
light. He just didn't go like dark.
He didn't go dark.
Dark. He
go
didn't.
dark,
Yeah. Okay, he didn't go.
dark,
I was
yeah.
waiting for the
I thought he was
moment
gonna
where
cover
he
some dark
went
shit.
way, because
was
that's
waiting
what
for
he
it.
does in battles, and
Yeah.
I was like, you really are not seeming to be for some reason jumping at this opportunity. So I was very surprised by that.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't feel like that shit's like I say, I don't think doing the super personals or super dark shit always works, or maybe that's just his new thing because I don't think he did it really with Koja either.
No,
Right.
Or
He
Mark.
doesn't really be
Yeah.
on hand like that no
he's
more.
done it
I
since
feel
he's
like
come back.
he's
I
just
don't
been
think
barring,
he's-
innit? So
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
because I think I said it to Krill. Like I told you, I said it to Krill. Yeah. I was like, yo. I was like, between me and you, and I wouldn't have told Scoop. I was like, what's Art gonna say? I was like, what's his one for this? And even Krill was like, nah. I was like, all right, cool.
Like,
he's just rapping, like-
honestly, bro, like I was watching it and I was
I think
waiting for the dark shit. I
I
was
think
really
people know
waiting
it's a
for
better
it.
approach.
Yeah.
Like just rap.
That's why I wrote the way I wrote.
Mm.
Because I was like, yeah, I need to I wrote so defensively in that battle.
Yeah, you didn't feel like you were having the same vibe you're usually catching. I'm going to be honest. Like the empty venue because it just had to be super early. Obviously later on in the day, like for your battle, the crowd was incredible. Even by your time, by Reverse Crow, it was amazing. But the empty venue didn't help, and it didn't feel like you looked happy to be up. I've never seen you know what Marlo said to Danny Chat. Like, I've never seen you rap and look like you enjoy it. You still look like you were enjoying it. Like you didn't look like you were having a shit time, but you didn't have that energy. Whereas Frank, I was there behind you versus Frankie. You were, like you said, you were feeding off the crowd. You weren't feeding off anything there, bro. You were just fucking. Let me get through my verses, man. Do you know what I mean? Which is a bit depressing to see, and then he's fucking up as well. I was like, this ain't an amazing battle. It could have been.
But let's be
do you know
clear.
what I'm saying?
He showed
Like,
up on a crutch as well.
yeah.
Like, I was knackered.
I'm sure that's not. Like, yeah, I'm sure that.
Bro.
Like, how did that affect your performance? Like, your foot was bust.
I was beyond tired, bro.
Yeah,
like,
like
I showed up to the venue off, but then I'm not gonna lie,
If
like
you weren't moving in the ring, you was dead in one place.
One
weren't you?
place,
You didn't
yeah.
move once, did you?
mind you, I don't move much anyway. But but it's just one of those ones where I looked at the room and I just thought, yeah, I'm just gonna rap.
Just get it done, man.
Just get it over and done.
But
But
then
there's no one there.
Next few coming up.
Yeah.
Next few coming up, has it been like a teaser? Because you got someone PB, you got someone Don't Flop, you got this. It's like, what is that battle you've just done to you? Like, is it just like it's literally ticking a box you signed up to tick, or is it like, has it given you some inspiration going forward?
I'll tell you what, it's opened. It's that taking that kind of battle. I was happy to take because I like taking different kinds of opponents. So it's like I know I was preparing to battle someone who was gonna go in on me in it. And I was like, let me see how I can write to counteract that. Let's just see, because everyone knows I come up with punches in it. But that doesn't necessarily win you a battle. Do you know what I'm saying? The people forget the aspect of
It's
actually
in
winning.
Jem's words, it's button bashing.
Yeah. It's like you need to like write for your opponent and diffuse them. So writing for Arc taught me that I can do it.
Yeah.
That's
Taught
what's
me
up,
that.
man. That's
Yeah.
good to hear you say that.
Yeah, writing for Arc taught me that I can do it. I took it for the challenge. Do you know what I'm saying? I went to battle Quill.
Well, because we're not talking about the reason the person of interest bar banged. We're not talking about is because you were doing personal bars about him getting low views, which I don't think anyone's ever said to him.
Yeah.
Like, which is a very fair angle for him. Like, you're a vet, but a vet with what level of interest?
level,
Like a
yeah.
medium level of interest. So it's like we need to focus on that. It's like, yeah, you clearly were like, let me see if I can talk about my man, not just like, kind of, no offense, but with Frankie, you were like, let me just spit the coolest shit in the world because I don't give a fuck. I know it's going off. Like, you knew Frank. When has Frankie Fraser ever been dark ever? Like, do you know what I mean? So
Dark
it's like,
Frank.
Dark Frank never happened, bro. So.
Yeah, that battle with Frank, I just said, yeah, I'm barring out. I don't care. I'm gonna.
And that's what you got.
crazy,
The thing is,
Definitely battle of the year.
you got to write
contender
to the
last year.
narrative of the
Yeah,
battle. If your battle narrative is we're two writers, you both right. You don't
Yeah.
try
Like,
to go
if
against the
you'd come
narrative
at
to be
Frankie,
edgy or some
if
shit.
you'd have come at
Some
Frankie
weird
trying to
shit.
be edgy,
Yeah.
it
The
would
angles would have
have.
ruined the battle.
No,
Definitely.
you both approached that perfectly.
Yeah.
That
So
was
yeah,
what
so
you
so with
did.
this, so moving forward, are you saying that it's taught you that, like, in theory, whoever you get put against, you now know I might actually be able to
I know
have
that.
more strings, feathers in my hat. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll tell you what it is, yeah. Arc doesn't have a million angles. I'll tell you what it is for me. I never want to do angles that have been done, first and foremost. So like when I found that whole view, that angle about the views or whatever, I said, no one's done this. Yeah, I said, nobody's done this. This is mine. And this is mine to either execute well or mine to fuck up. Yeah, so I thought, all right, cool. But I know that I think Tony D taught me this very early on. He was like, bro, you punch sick. But he said, if I give you the information, you should be able to make punchlines out of it. He said, if you can make a random punch out of anything and it make it sound sick, imagine if I tell you what to write about. He said you should be able to pick punches out of everything. So I thought, you know what? I've gotten to that level now where Arc was my 12th battle. It was my 12th battle. I tell people, I'm no qualms in saying I'm still learning too, bro. Regardless of how people look at me, I'm still learning too. I'm still learning what works and what don't. I'm not like 100 battles in, so it's like I look at it like
but it feels like you are.
Yeah, a lot of
But
people
you're
look at me
not.
like I'm
You're actually not.
when I
I
said-
definitely was like, wait, what? 12? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
People look at me like when I told Visual I only had 12 battles, he was like, "You're a cunt." That's what you said to me. I said,
I think Koje was my 17th.
yeah. I've only done 12, so it's like I've had high caliber opponents, and what that's taught me is to step up.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? It will step up, but it's also been a learning on the job. I mean, if I battled DNA now as opposed to then, it'll be a lot better.
Right.
Be a lot better.
So that's
now.
kind of what I'm saying. That it's like you ended the year with Frankie, which was like, oh shit, Scoop's back and he's leveled up, and then now you've had this one, which it's not like your favorite battle,
Yeah.
but you've learned now. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
I can be personal as well.
I can be
So
personal
now
too,
it's
yeah.
like by the end of the year, this year,
Yeah.
we might be seeing a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, like
Super
whoever,
Saiyan,
I can't say who I've got next, but that's bad for them, bro.
I'm not gonna lie though, that's a nice little lineup. You had what, a classic with Frankie, you know, a judge win over Ark.
Yeah.
It's a nice little
It's a
run.
good run.
Trust me.
Yeah, when
That's
I think Raptor called me out online and was like, "What was your thing?" I said, "I say to him the other day." I said,
Raptor man, nah man, he was meant to be. He was
"Me
meant
and
to
him
be
was supposed to get it in when
for
he was on
Sharks,
Sharks,
yeah.
innit?"
That's what
I
we
was
was
trying to
line.
line that up.
That
I
was
was
what
like,
he
yo,
trying to
we
That
Yeah.
would have been that would have got spicy. Let's say.
Yeah, I said, "Let's line it up." But I said, I looked at the back of my resume, like my resume, I was like, "Raw, Wilsey, Tox, DNA, Dialect, Bobby Rex, Frankie, Ark." Like I've got some decent names on my resume, man. So but it's all been a learning curve. I can't lie, it's all been a learning curve. When I first came in, I was just punching randomly, just to try. I just wanted to say what sounded cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You still got
I
that
still
streak
got
in
that
you.
streak in me,
You
yeah.
still got that streak in you 100%,
Yeah.
bruv. Like
That's
no
what I'm
doubt.
at now.
Yeah.
But then it was like I've learned how to incorporate. Like when I battled Frankie and I said the whole thing about in my third round when I broke down what I've been doing outside of battle rap, I was like, you know what, I need to talk about myself. I can't just be barring away. Actually, I should make a point now. You can't just do 3 rounds of the same shit. I don't want to do that because it does get generic. Because people already were getting onto me for how my cadence was. So it was like, if you have a cadence and you're always rapping the same shit, then it's gonna get worse. But,
That's a good thing to discuss actually. Yeah. You've definitely noticed like that you need to change your cadence.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Like you because you did that is one point where you could be marked down in the past.
Of
that
course.
that you couldn't differentiate the delivery. Whereas now you're trying different things.
trying
You still got your
different
own thing which
Yeah.
people fucking fuck with and love.
Yeah.
But like do you know what I mean? Not every single bar has got that inverted commas scoop flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're trying bits here and there that are a bit different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I enjoyed my third for Ark. I actually enjoyed the shit I wrote in my third because coming out with a third round was long.
Well, the third was probably actually the most quoted bar,
which one?
which is not even. Which was an old scoop punchline and not a new style scoop punchline, which was.
the beef on your hands like leather gloves. Oh yeah. I remember that.
So what are we saying? Starting with Reavers, yeah. What are we saying? Because this has been a conversation online, yeah. Does beef on your hands like leather gloves make sense,
All right.
or is it a sliding scale?
Personally,
You don't like
Yeah,
No,
he
I
said this starts with personally.
dude, I was literally gonna say. No, I was literally gonna
It's
say.
about to come. We're gonna come.
I was literally gonna
What
say.
did you say? You have beef on your hands. Like I'm gonna go get the beef handies.
No, man.
Right, come. Let's go.
I was literally gonna say.
right.
Personally, I like it
Right.
because it's not an example of what we were talking
Okay.
about earlier. I think it works and it puts a picture in your head,
It
and
does.
it was sick
It does.
for what it was, you know.
It does. But I've seen certain people are like not too sure about it.
But those certain people, I laugh at them. 'Cause they never, like, I can't lie to you. Like a lot of the time when I'm taking criticism, I can take anything on like pause on the chin. Yeah, pause. Yeah, man, pause that before. Yeah, I'll put listen. No one's getting on to me. Yeah.
Pause that. So.
I'm done. Bro, I'm so funny. Yeah. I said, because I'm not.
It's the way he looked
Yeah.
up as well. He looked up
Yeah.
and I'll take it all on the chin.
And no one's getting onto.
I don't mind it, but it's like when there's people in the room who I considered writers that liked it,
Yeah, oh,
and then
yeah.
the people who are bad mouthing it, I think you suck.
Right,
So it's
right.
I don't care if you don't like
care.
it, you're trash.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be horrible, so it's like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I like the idea because it was one of those bars that's been in front of everyone's face. And I guarantee you certain people that said it, you would have said it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I personally feel like you might have wasted it on this battle, I'm going to be honest. But maybe you put it in before knowing it was going to be a 1 p.m. thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Like, because it's a sick fucking bar, but like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, the crowd liked it. But again, if that was a 400 person crowd, it would have.
It would have went off.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It would have went off.
But yeah. So yeah, what do you think? Beef on your hands like leather gloves, banger or clanger?
I love it.
That's the new segment for the podcast.
Well,
banger or clanger. Yeah.
Done.
No,
I like that.
I fuck with it, but I don't really overjudge bars like that because I think you gotta give creativity its space to be creative. One of my favorite bars against Bobby, if you really want to be technical, I shouldn't have said or by any of these. My favorite bar is you'll feel the wind rush by you, but the next one I send you back where you came from. But for what you'll feel the win rush. Like I could make it be extra. Like why would you feel the win rush back?
Right.
Yeah.
People can
That's
always
crazy.
critique anything, man. That's the
That's
thing.
it.
Yeah,
No.
so-
I think the best bar is just like put a picture in your head,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
both
yeah,
of those
yeah.
bars were.
And
Right.
me,
Well, like that.
because you told the bar to Sean, who told the bar to me previously, and we both agreed. We were like, that is a bar that is impossible not to like. We were like, some people are gonna nitpick it and say it doesn't make sense because beef and leather is not exactly the same thing. Even it's a cow, obviously, but it's, do you know what I mean? But I knew that one line before the battle, and I was just like, I was like, I hope you're sending me that line as in like, this is a great line, because I was like, I fucking loved that line. And Sean Gray was like, yeah, you literally just told me it. So I was like, yeah. But I did genuinely know, I was like, some people are going to find an umbrage. Because we've talked about it for over 4 hours today, like there is a thin line, and it's like, I can see why that bar, but you're not dumb. When you write that, you know, some very loyal heads are gonna be like, his beef and leather the same thing. But
that's why
again, in the room, who's not gonna react to that? Who's not gonna react to
Dude,
beef on their
literally.
hands like leather gloves? Like fucking no one, man. So it's like-
And the people that don't like it, I don't really care for you. I can't lie to you, I don't care for you.
But that's how it should be.
I
That's how it should
respect
be.
that.
Yeah, I don't. If you don't, when you, everything's subject to what opinion in it, so it is what it is. There was one bar I did say that third year, and Bracy reacted, and then Georgie reacted.
Right.
It was like, come on, where I don't like doing name flips like that. I don't like it, so I did a name. Yeah,
really well.
yeah, I did a name flip without using his name, and I said, the fact that you can't weather the storm shows that you don't live up to your name. And then it was like, okay, but writing for this battle was just.
I had something for Koj. I remember I was trying to work it out with you. I was like, because I think Koj is a hard name to flip. Before I had the scheme, I had no name flips in it. But I was like, someone's like, the gas killing 2. I was like, well, send those 2 after Ko. And I'm like, this is just nerdy. Like,
Yeah.
CO2. I was like, yeah, this is the part about it. I was like, you could say it, but I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah,
If I got to think
Yeah,
about it
yeah.
too much, I realize if I can't
That's-
come
yeah.
up with a bar for it quick enough, I feel like you're thinking too much and it's probably corny.
But you know what it
Sure.
is as well? Like, you know what we were saying about how, like, I think it was off camera when we were talking about how it's like certain things people will say, they'll compare, they'll make a room shaker punchline out of something that's not a hard thing. Like, I think Real Deal must have said it in a battle years ago. He was dissing somebody being like, you make punchlines out of things that aren't hard. Like, you need to. But I think with leather gloves, so what I'm saying is it works, because leather gloves, they kind of give you that. You feel me? It's like if you'd have come up with a punchline that was like something like woolly mittens. It's like, I get what you're saying, but they're not like. Do
doesn't come
you know
up
what I'm
close, bro,
saying?
yeah.
You feel what I mean? It's like,
Can't
but it's like leather gloves is like, I'm not saying they're inherently
woolly
gangster,
mittens.
but there's like a little bit of a like. You know what I mean? They're a bit slick. You know what I mean? Leather gloves. So it's like, and that is again, and that is
Well, man wear
really.
gloves for stuff, so yeah. they
But
work
that's what I'm
in
saying. Is like
films, man wear gloves,
that
so-
is breaking down the bar, you know, almost too much. But I do genuinely believe that like you can come up with some incredible wordplay. Like I watched a URL battle the other day, and someone said da 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 da. Like that's so Raven. Everyone went berserk, bro. They went berserk, bro, over a bar about that's so Raven. And I was like, I get the concept, but this is a kids' TV show.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
Dude,
it's
the
not-
Pokemon bar the other day that went off. Man said something twisting your stomach like Polywell. And Donny, and I swear on my life, it was bruv.
I don't even know what that means. I would
Yeah, I
react.
swear to
Like
it was
Polywell.
it's a Pokemon.
Polywell.
Yeah.
This is what I'm
It was swelling in
saying.
the stomach, yeah?
This is what I'm saying.
And Danny
you
Myers,
can't do bars on everything. What is Polywell? I'm gonna Google that straight away.
Hey,
after
don't
what-
worry, we all made our mistakes. I did a whole Marvel battle once, but never again, you know what I'm saying? We all have our moments, you get done, you get... Nah.
But nah, you did your thing. It was one of them battles you worked with what you had, man. Like,
Of course,
your crowd
yeah.
wasn't incredible. You didn't really want the opponent, but you worked with what you
And
had.
Is there anyone you're gunning for? You're quite humble, you don't gun for nobody.
Yeah, because
You
even
should suck their mum.
Huh?
You should suck their mum.
Do you know why?
Other than
I've
Crow.
learned something. It's weird. Ox said to me, "Everyone likes you," blah blah blah, and I said, "It's not that." First off, battle rap is never that serious to me, innit? In the sense where I need to be going at people. Like some of you man literally sit online and argue with each other, and I think, right, you really don't do anything else with your lives. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It kind of cringes me out sometimes. Like I literally sit there like, Rob, 9 a.m. in the morning, and you man are talking about rounds. You man
You're in a space. Why are you in a space, bro?
like, and this is why I'm kind of glad that outside of battle rap, I started doing other things as well, because I really had other things to focus on. And I was like, you know what? Like, I could tell when I did the face off of Ark, Like he wanted to, like, you know what I mean? I could tell, and he even said it. And I was like, bro, I'm a firm believer that your end product must be good. It doesn't matter everything else leading up to it. So let's just say, like boxing, for example, you have all these face-off, blah, blah, blah. If you get knocked out in the first round, you look like a dickhead. You were chatting shit for 12 weeks to get punched up in one round. You just exercised for 12 weeks. You're doing bare pull-ups, bare running to get punched up in one round. That's how I look at, for example, before I battled Bobby, he sent 3 diss tracks, but he lost the battle. I focus on the end product, innit? Like, I don't care about all the other shit. I don't. I probably
I'd feel weirded out if I saw you online doing that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you doing?
And I would
bruv?
expect-
Like, don't do that.
And I'm not gonna lie, and I would expect her to call me or say, yo, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do
If
that. I
I
don't
saw
like-
you do like
yeah.
3 or 4, I'd be like, all right, he's gone too far now.
Yeah,
Stop,
don't do
bro.
that.
Stop.
Because
stop,
it's,
stop.
do you know another thing? I think my uncle taught me this from very young. He said, don't make people draw you out of your character. He said, don't do it. He said, your biggest strength is your composure sometimes. And I've always learned that, bruv. I've always learned, I don't really let people get under my skin too much.
So ain't no one you on about.
I was thinking that was the question.
What, UK?
As poignant as I was.
I'm here for
that.
What,
Cool.
UK, yeah? Quill,
Yeah.
I gotta see me at some point in life. He's got to see me at some point in life.
Quill would take you very seriously.
course he would.
Quill's got mad love for you. As
I know,
well,
that's the
bro.
thing. And he knows.
Got
I
mad
got mad
love for you as
yeah.
a battle rapper, bro.
I know, and I got big love for Quill as well. That's why I said to Quill, like, we got to see each other at some point. And I know he will take it. But I've never had an opponent that's laid down and just died. I've had the best version of Dialect, Frankie. Like,
There's something about you, bro. People are like, I'm not letting this punchline geezer fucking fuck me up. Like,
what I'm saying?
they refuse it because they know you're gonna have something that's gonna pop the crowd.
Yeah.
They know it. Every
so
opponent
true.
you take, it's the fact. Like, every opponent you take knows, Scoot's gonna have something that's gonna make the crowd love him. So they're like, they come at their best, bro. Who's come at you half-hearted? No one, bro. Like,
I wanna. And the reason why I say this shit is because I look at it like, I would battle someone like Quill because not only do I fuck with Quill's style, but I can really bar out with Quill.
I'd like to see
I
that,
could
bro.
really like you. There's one of those battles you could really break down bar for bar if we went on it. As mad as it may sound, someone said, "Would you battle Tony D?" I said, "No." Under no fucking circumstances. Under no. I'm not going to be the dickhead that Tony cares about. Yeah, like I'm not about to be the guy he cares to battle. Yeah, because it's long. I told
it
people
would get very long.
It's
Very
long, bro.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first time watching him and Yunnan, and me just being in awe of how a man said your teeth spell out friend zone, and I said, yeah, that can't be me at any point in this life.
Can't be you.
So do you know who I'm gonna battle though? I am gonna battle, and we agreed, even though we're gang, it's Yunnan.
Yeah, that should happen.
Wasn't that confirmed?
That was confirmed for
I thought it
next
was
in line 2.
Next in line
Yeah,
2.
that's it.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I said Yunnan, like me and Yunnan both agreed we will do that. Like we will run that battle. Like
And
That'd be nuts.
speaking about upcoming battles, we can't say who, but
yeah.
in a few sentences, what are you saying on your next Don't Flop battle? There's no better way to end it than this.
I'm gonna go visit a priest. I'm gonna go visit a priest and say goodbye to my loved ones because I might not be coming back. Bro. Like I might not come back in the same way I walked in, bro. I can't
Anybody's reaction when I've told them has been the same. Like, yo, they better, yo, bro. Yo.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's all it has been. It's like,
I bet everybody
Yeah,
you've told. I'm sorry to be doing this, people, but it's coming out later this year. It's too early. It's too early. I'm really sorry to be that like, oh, I know something you don't know, but it's too early. But just keep it locked. That's all I'm saying.
Potential.
It's
one
potential.
of the funniest.
Jem said it, not me. Potential battle.
One of the funniest reactions I ever got, was, why would you do this to yourself? Like, that was one of the funniest reactions I ever got. Like, why would you do
But
this?
from what I've heard,
Yeah.
if you lot,
Oh no, wait, listen. Do you know what I love about it? We're an unknown entity.
so if you both do your thing,
It's gonna be mad.
I feel like it'd be a classic.
It's gonna be absolutely mad, bro.
yeah.
And the thing about it is, the one good thing about the
I can't wait to
preparation-
have you back on the channel. I told you this when I come to see you and Frankie. After the battle, I said to you, I said, bruv, you know you're back on Don't Flop soon. And this is why I give you your respect, bruv. There weren't even any flinch. You went, hit me up. There was not you said you don't take this shit too seriously,
I don't
but
take
there
it
was
seriously.
no bullshit. I said, I'm hitting you up and we're making something happen. You were like, yeah, I'm ready.
Nobody.
And what we've made happen.
Exactly, it's mad. It's wild. It's wild. Like nobody I've always said nobody could
Fuck
involve
you,
me.
though.
Nobody could involve me in their politics.
No.
Yeah, and a man can't tell me not to like her because has always been good to me. So you can't tell me shit. If you want that, I'll tell you to suck out because I don't really give a shit. Like you whatever you want to. I always say, how you treat me is how you treat me. You can't tell me how to feel about Reverse. Reverse has never done anything to me. So you can't tell, don't like. No, I don't care about you man's politics. That's you man's beef. And then not even, but I'm not gonna lie. When you did tell, like I saw the inbox, yeah, I was like, why would I do this?
Hey, because
Why would I do this?
we're trying to only do legendary shit at Don't Flop, bro.
Why would I- yeah, that is yeah.
No, I think it'll be a classic.
So what? Without baiting up, what do you think? What do you think?
Man.
I told you, see? I told you.
Every time.
It's just a load
Every
of
time.
a load of terms of endearment. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
every time.
Everyone I've told is just like, bro,
Beanie's
man,
reaction.
yo, G, fam,
Yeah.
for real.
Beanie's reaction. Was
so
fun.
your comment is man.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I think that
full
says
stop.
it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be legendary. All right, man. All right, this is Don't Flop podcast, episode number 11. Massive love to my guys, Reverse, Scoop, Gem. I am. Make sure you follow us on @Don't Flop, at Gemini London, at Big Scoop.
Yep.
Fucking hell,
Big
it's
Scoop
all gonna be on the
_
screen. At Elliot Reverse and all that shit, man. All right, we're out of here. Episode 12 is coming in May. I can't wait for that shit, man. Peace out.
Sensational.
Sheesh.